Hello and welcome to yet another YouTube video here on this channel. In today's video, we are diving into a mind mapping tool. I call it a visual note-taking app because it calls itself a blend between a wiki tool and a whiteboarding tool, which basically means that it works as a second brain. A lot of these wiki tools, project management tools, they end up becoming good second brains for individuals. And since this is a visual second brain app, it means that I will have to do a first impression and a review on it. So let's actually just jump into the pricing, because these whiteboarding visual note-taking apps, these are some of the most exciting applications on the market. So here we have the pricing. We have a free plan. We have something called a friend special, which is basically just inviting someone, and we can extend our cards. More on what cards is later. If you're new, just quickly let me say that if you're new to these first impressions, I haven't actually tested out the application beforehand. I do these videos to see whether or not an application is intuitive and how intuitive it is. So free plan, you get 3 maps. My guess is that maps are whiteboards. You get 300 cards per map, so 900 in total, 50 megabyte cloud space, and read only. My guess is that this is for images and things like that. What this read only is, I'm not sure, but you can extend this either by inviting someone, so you can get more cards by inviting someone, or buying a card bundle for 10 euros. We have a pro plan, which is 7.99 per month or 7.99 per year. Not terrible pricing. With that, you get 10 maps, you get 1,500 cards. So this isn't actually unlimited. You get 500 in cloud space, you get template collection, read only, cancel anytime. Here you get unlimited maps, unlimited cards per map, 5 gigs of cloud space, early access to new features, premium support. This is 14.99 or 149.99. Lifetime, for a limited period, they offer a lifetime license. That is something a lot of newer applications do when they first come out. They offer a lifetime pricing. This is 3.99 and all of the prices are in euros. A couple of things here. I don't like the fact that this isn't unlimited, but honestly, it's so cheap that it is okay. I like the early access to new features. I'm just wondering why the cancel anytime doesn't apply here as well. I would I would just like to see the ability to cancel this. My guess is that you can. I think they've just forgotten to write it here as well. Because my guess is that you can actually cancel this anytime you want. The 14.99 plan as well, but I would like to just see it here as well. Lifetime pricing is really expensive, but it is really expensive on most newer applications. Now let's jump into this application, and just to be clear, I almost never recommend lifetime subscriptions. I've just purchased, I think I've purchased 2 or 3 myself, which isn't that much considering how many applications I've actually tested. Now let's start off with an empty map. Actually, let's start off with the template, the Kanban board, because it is supposed to do task management as well if it has a Kanban board template. So this feels more like it is made for teams, because you can have multiple teams here and you can have a backlog here. The scroll wheel actually zooms in and out. If I hold shift, it still just zooms in and out. So you can add cards by clicking the plus button here. So this is a test feature. I can do some basic changes to this. So change the color, change the outline, or actually add an outline and change the color of it. I can add an image to this. Let's try that as well. Let's just add an image here. So it adds the image as well, like this. I can double click to zoom in. I will just zoom back out. I can also use this to zoom in and zoom out, I guess. I actually can't. Um, that feels a little weird, but double clicking at least works. What does this actually do? Scale content down, or I can scale content up. So I'm not sure what these actually do. Let's just remove all of this and let's just add another one like this. So that is basically how it works. And my guess is that I really don't like the double clicking. It is so easy to accidentally double click here. So I can drag these into here and they snap into place. Or they actually don't snap into place perfectly. Not a big fan of how this works. Like, it is more of a whiteboarding tool. That's what it feels like, uh, rather than just being a task management second brain app. At least it feels like that right now. It is okay when it comes to snapping into place. What does this arrow do? My guess is that this is subtask, so I can add a task with a subtask underneath it. But there isn't an easy way of checking these off, so the only way this works is if you drag it here. Can I make it smaller or bigger? I can, so I can make it smaller or bigger. Let's go ahead and just remove this. And let's see what other tools we have here. So the way you navigate through your whiteboard is just by clicking somewhere and dragging. Let's actually go ahead and just delete all of this and let's start over. Let's add a card. So these are the cards. This is what you get 200 or 300 of. So this is a card, and I've shown you how cards work. So I can also add a frame by clicking the plus. And this is a frame. Can I change the background color? I can. So now we actually have a frame and I can change the size of this frame. So let's try to add a card, because what I'm wondering now is that can I have multiple cards on the same line? So let's try that and let's try adding another one. And I can, and they actually snap into place quite nicely here. Again, I don't really like the double clicking because I'm used to double clicking for writing. So double clicking and then getting into this view right here feels a little weird, but again, I'm just so used to double clicking from all of the applications I've tested out. But you can only click once and just start writing, which might take a little while for you to get used to. It is a little different from the applications I've tested out. So I can add text. So this is text. Let's move up here. Let's place this in the middle. Is there any formatting here? It doesn't seem like I have formatting. I can manage card tags, so I can add tags to this. I can actually add a checkbox. Let's try that on this. So add a checkbox. That adds a checkbox underneath. So if I do like this, I can check it off, but can I write? It doesn't seem like I can write on the checkbox. Uh, let's actually try to add a new card just to test that out. So this is the card, uh, like this. You can also create a card by holding Control Shift click or just drag. So you can do that as well. But let's go back to the checkbox here. So I can add a checkbox like this, but it doesn't allow me to write on next to the checkbox. Like if I press enter, it just creates a new card, but I don't want a new card. I want to write on the checkbox. It doesn't seem like it is possible, which is a little weird. Like, why would you have the ability to just have a checkbox like this? Then it just feels a little weird. I know that other applications do it a little differently. Uh, but I'm not a big fan of having the checkbox without the ability to write something next to that checkbox. What else can I do here? So it doesn't seem like I can put this text or centralize this text. It doesn't seem like I can do that either. So that is something I would like to see. I can remove the border here. So let's go ahead and remove that and remove the color as well, like this. So in order to get it centered, you just have to move the thing. Now it is centered, or not really, but close enough. Let's go ahead and check out what else I can do. I can have templates, so I can actually have card templates here, it seems like. So I can create card templates. I can edit the title because what happened to my thing? This isn't supposed to happen. Here, you can see that it disappears. This isn't supposed to happen. Let's see. Where did my title go? I think that might be a small bug. Let's go ahead and try out a few other things. So I can add files and images. That's already been tested out. Here you can select a template. Let's try adding a image just right on top of here. So I can do that as well, and it shows up similarly to a card. So I can give this a title like this. Here, especially, I would like the ability to centralize my title, because this seems a little weird to me. It seems more like a frame in a lot of whiteboarding applications. This is how a frame looks. You get your frame right here, and you get the title of the frame on the left corner or the right corner. So I am not really liking this. What is a focus mode? A focus mode just removes everything. Let's try connecting things up. That is the last thing I would like to try. There is no arrow here, but I get an arrow here. Can I change that? Where did my arrow go? My guess is that that isn't supposed to happen either. Let's just try with another card. So let's press the plus right here. Again, this is a bug, isn't supposed to happen. So now I actually get the arrow. Now, this again feels a little weird. So I can press the arrow button right here. I don't get the ability to actually drag my arrow. So I'm not clicking and dragging. I'm just pointing my mouse at something and it will connect that arrow. So not necessarily something that is bad. It is just not something I'm used to. I'm used to the ability to be able to drag my arrow from one thing to another. So if I click here, I get an arrow. And the same goes the other way around. So if I click this, click the arrow, then move the arrow up here, I get another arrow. And I can't customize this in any way, it seems like. So that is basically the features. Again, this is a first impression video, so I still think that it might be better than I'm able to show in a video like this, but in general, I think the application still needs some work. You saw a bug, and I've already talked about some of the UI issues that feels a little weird to me as someone who uses whiteboarding applications almost every day, both for my personal life and planning personal things, but also a lot at work. I I'm pretty sure I'm using a whiteboarding application almost every single day. Some of these features and ways of doing it feels a little weird to me, but I think I like the general idea of the application. As of right now, I think there are better options out there. So Milanote, if you want images, files, Miro is a good one, Mural is another one. And also, if you like text and you want more of a note-taking application, Heptabase, if you want text and files and more of this note-taking application feel, Squintle is a great option. So still a long way to go for infinity maps, but I think this is the place in note-taking where we have the most room for innovation. So I'm excited to see how it develops, but not one of the best first impressions I've seen. Thank you so much for watching today's video. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them down below. I will try to get to them as soon as I can. Thank you so much for watching today's video.